But more importantly, we're going to see what we can do today, because I don't control what's 9 weeks away. All I can control is what's going on right now. But can't focus on that Wednesday. We can only focus on this Sunday right here. 1 is better than 0. 1 workout is better than no workout. Super excited today because this is my first ever little vlog or whatever I'm doing. I'm also excited because I have a Sony a6700 and I got a new lens. I got the Sigma 18 to 50 millimeter f2.8 stop, or whatever, however you say it. I'm not really familiar with cameras, but I did get that, so super excited about that. And we're hitting back today. In this video here, I'm probably just going to talk a little bit about who I am, because this is my first video, so you guys really don't even know who I am. But probably from my channel, you can see my name's David. I'm an IFBB pro. I went pro last year. I'm going to explain how I went pro, but I've been competing just last year. That was my first year of competing, was last year. I've been into bodybuilding since 2012, 2013. I learned about bodybuilding by reading the Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding while I was in West Tennessee State Penitentiary in 2011 actually. So yeah, I'm an IFBB pro, currently 9 weeks out from the Florida Pro. This is going to be my pro debut. I don't really have a whole lot of high expectations. My whole mindset when I go into competing is that I obviously want to be the best. I obviously do want to do that. But my mindset that I have is I don't want to be the best. I just want to be my best. And I'm happy with the look that I have right now. I'll probably show a little bit at the end of this video, doing like a pump check with my back and all that. But yeah, 9 weeks out, I'm feeling good. Sleep is good. Calories are sitting at around 3,000-ish, around 3,000. I have 3 low carb days, 1 high carb day, and another 3 low carb days. That's how it's going this week, 9 weeks out. About 420 grams of protein, about 180 grams of carbs on my low day, and then 51 grams of fat. On my high days, it's about the same, but instead of 181 grams of carbs, it is 360 grams of carbs, something like that. So I went pro last year. I competed at the Tennessee State Show, Nashville, the NPC Tennessee State Show. And then I went on to, I'm 37, by the way, so I competed in the Masters 35 Plus. I did very good in Classic. I competed also in bodybuilding. I did better in Classic. I need to put on a little bit more muscle if I wanted to do good in bodybuilding, but with time. So I did Classic, and I did True Novice, all that, Open. I got second in my open class. I won Masters 35 Plus, but if you win Masters 35 Plus or Open class, you come in second in your Open class, you can go to Nationals. And I believe in competing at the highest level. So, and I know some people, and they can do it if they want to. They compete at the same state level shows year after year after year and win overalls, and that's cool. But I want to compete in the best. I don't want to be the best in the room. Like when I compete, I'd like to win, but I don't want to be the best in the room. So I went to Nationals 2 weeks after that, and I won my class of Masters 35 Plus. Sometimes I feel like it was a little bit of luck, but whatever. If that's luck, then that's what it is. But I won my class, Masters 35 Plus. In the Open, I didn't even place in the top 5. So it's saying that I'm an IFBB pro. I didn't even place in the Open at Nationals, but I won Masters 35 Plus. I don't make the rules. I just get on stage and compete, and if they say I can compete in a class, then I'm going to compete in a class. Now I'm an IFBB pro. I'm going to compete in the Classic Open. And I think Logan Franklin is actually going to be at the Florida Pro. I seen on his story the other day that he's 9 weeks out. I looked at all the IFBB pro shows, And there is no show that is exactly 9 weeks out other than the Florida Pro. So that'd be cool to share the stage with him and, you know, talk to him, stuff like that. Logan's been around for a while and did really, really good at the Arnold Classic. Arguably, he beat out Mike, but Mike has an amazing physique. Logan has an amazing physique. A lot of people got behind Logan and, you know, boosted him up, saying, you know, that's classic at its best. Mike Summerfield also has an amazing physique, coming second Olympia last year. So that's the show that I plan on doing, and that's how I became an IFBB pro. So not high hopes. I'll show some of my before pictures last year, and then, you know, coming up to the show here this year, you'll see I've grown a lot. I have a mindset of, like, the off season is the most important time of the year. I don't want to waste any workouts. I don't want to waste any meals. I didn't waste any rebounds. Like, I immediately got back to work because I have a fear inside of me that I don't really talk about a lot, but I have a fear that of looking the same that I did last year, like not making any progress at all. Like, that's a very big fear of mine, to look the same as I did last year getting on stage. So I take advantage of every single workout, every single meal, all of that. I adhere to my diet like I should. Sometimes off plan. I'm eating a cheat meal today, so that's another reason that I'm excited for today. First YouTube video and then cheat meal. I eat a cheat meal usually every weekend. There was a couple weeks back that I didn't eat a cheat meal, but last weekend my coach actually told me to eat 7,000 calories because I was way ahead. So that's cool. So we're going to hit back today. I hit back already once this week, and I do around 20 to 24 sets of back. So I do a lot of volume. But this today, I'm not going to do as much volume. I'm going to cut it about in half. So instead of doing like 4 sets, I'm going to do 2 sets of everything, because I don't want to like overtrain. Anything over, you know, 20, 25 sets. Ideally 10 to 20 sets, but when you're enhanced, you might be able to get away with a little bit more volume, I think. So currently on test, currently on mast, currently on primo. Just to throw some numbers out there, 750 milligrams of test, 500 milligrams of primo, and 600 milligrams of mast. Things will probably change and heat up once I get 8 weeks out, especially 6 weeks out. I'll start throwing in a little bit of tren. I got some halo testing, Proviron. Yeah, things are going to start running some clean. I don't run any peptides. I know I talk a lot about peptides. I don't run any peptides right now because my coach is old school, and a lot of people's like, oh, well, why don't you run Retatrutide? It could help out with, you know, feeling full and hunger, all that. I don't really like to eat that much anyway. I'd rather just eat something really quick, fish and vegetables. I can eat that in 3 or 4 minutes, and then I can be about my day. I don't like to eat a lot. It takes up a lot of time. And plus, when I eat a lot, it makes me feel tired. So bulking is not something that I'm a big fan of. I do like to bulk, but when you bulk right, when you eat, you know, chicken and rice and chicken and rice and steak and rice and steak and rice, it's 300 to 400 grams at a time. It's a lot. It's a lot of food. So a lot of people will bulk and just eat, you know, hamburgers, pizza, donuts, milkshakes. I mean, everything has its place. You know, usually when I'm bulking, I have one clean cheat and one dirty cheat. A clean cheat being like sushi or Chipotle. A dirty cheat being Emmy squared pizza, colony pizza with Zia fries. I might actually eat that today, matter of fact. Some of the feedback that I got last year on stage was a thicker back, so I think that we brought that. Especially in my erector, spinal erectors, upper back, lats. I think everything looks pretty good. I'm pretty content with where I'm at, but that can change. That can change really fast. Last year I was in my head really bad. you know, the whole comparison thing of how am I going to compare to everybody else? What does everybody else looks like? Everybody on Instagram. And you could get in your head really bad getting close to a show, especially with everything that you're running. If you're enhanced, it kind of messes with your mind anyway. You're a little bit more amped up, and it's a little easier to get in your head about things. But it's fun. I like the challenge. We're going to see what we can do come 9 weeks. All right, that was easy enough. We're going to go up to 220, see what that's talking about. So the thing about doing lat pull downs is to use your hands as hooks. Any back exercise, you're going to use your hands as hooks and pull your elbows to the ground. I don't really need a lot of rest time. That was a warm-up set. So we're going to do 2 heavy working sets and then move on to one of my favorites. You'll see in just a second. If you don't have wrist wraps, I think you're unserious. Fifth place. Fourth place. Third place. Second place for the win. Not ideally full range of motion, but a good heavy one. We'll do a slight back off of, we'll say 220. So we're going to do one more working set here, and then let's get over to some rack pulls. All right, pump covers off. Over here at the rack pulls. Big fan of these, not a super big fan of deadlifts, but that's mainly because I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'1", so I don't really have the most biomechanical body for, you know, deadlifts. I still do them though. I just don't like them as much. So I've already done a warm-up set. I did 2 plates as a warm-up set, felt pretty good. I'm gonna do 2 sets here, 3 plates. I don't think that I'm gonna do any more. I'm gonna keep it easy, working up to 4 plates next week. But the reason that I like these is because builds back thickness. And the judges said that I need back thickness, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's get to it. Ain't no sense in talking anymore about it. Pump covers off. Let's go. Light. Light. I really don't even need a belt to do these, to be honest, but I use it anyway, just as a safety precaution. Kind of tight right now. Loosen that up. So, one of the keys to doing these really good is to breathe in. Make sure you're wearing the belt where it needs to be. A lot of people wear the belt like low. What this belt does is let you hold your core tight. That's why your diaphragm. Breathe in, hold in, go down, lift up, breathe out. Go down, breathe in, brace your core, bam. That felt pretty light, but we're not going balls to the wall today. We will next back day. Next back day is gonna be Wednesday. So but can't focus on that Wednesday. We can only focus on this Sunday right here and this back day. What I was talking about earlier of like focusing on only what you can focus on. When you focus on what other people are lifting, there's other people that will RDL 4 plates, or they can get 5 plates. I know there's one guy that I watch, he's my friend. He can just deadlift 5 plates like it's nothing. I can't. I just don't have that kind of strength or whatever it is. And if I focused on comparing myself to them, that's gonna get me injured. It's gonna take me away from my peace right now. So we can only focus on what we can focus on. So this is the weight that feels good to me. I feel it. Working up all of my, I really want to do these to get that Christmas tree, and it builds your whole back. So let's tighten it up. Let's rip it. And then I don't know what we're gonna do next. I gotta check my workout schedule, what my coach sent me. I think dumbbell rows. Let's go. Let's go. Light. I don't know if that was 11 or 10. I'm not good at counting, but let's see what we're doing next. We are going to seated cable rows. Let's go. All right, seated cable rows. My song keeps changing in my pocket. First day out, T Grizzly. We're gonna play some Dolph, always. So I'm not going to do any warm-ups. We're just gonna go straight into it. Heavy, 2 sets, let's go. When you're doing these, again, if you don't have any wrist wraps, I'll try to link to something in the comments, but if you don't have any wrist wraps, you need to get some wrist wraps. Keep your elbows close to you. Pull with your elbows. Let's go. And you're gonna wanna keep your back straight, thoracic spine flexed, like so. I'm only going to do 10. I felt strong right there though. So what we're going to do after this is the dumbbell rows. We're going to do one more set of these and then dumbbell rows. Not wasting any time. Get in, get out. So this music is really loud, and I actually just forgot to record my audio. I don't know how much you can hear the audio without these microphones on, but I forgot. And I actually had some pretty cool shit to say. Like, I was saying this is my first time recording in the gym like this, talking with other people around. Looks like I'm talking to nobody, but it's whatever. What I was saying is 1 is better than 0. I got that concept from Gary Vaynerchuk. If you don't know who he is, you need to go look him up. 1 is better than 0. 1 workout is better than no workout. 1 piece of content is better than no content. Put yourself out there. All right, these are one of my least favorite exercise, pull-ups. I don't like them. We're only gonna do 2 sets, assisted. You can call me a pussy if you want to. Whatever. It is what it is. All right, well, 1 more set of those. So just to recap what we did in case the audio didn't come in through over there. 2 or 3 sets of lat pull downs, 2 sets of rack pulls, 2 sets of seated cable rows, 2 sets of single arm dumbbell rows, and 2 sets of this. We're also gonna hit some hamstrings. We're gonna do like 3 sets each of some hamstrings. Posterior chain today is what we're doing. Usually on my other back days, I do a few working sets of squats too. Not today though. Not today. All right. 60 seconds, that's enough rest. Let's do 1 more set. And then we're gonna do some hammies. I'm not gonna narrate that. I'm just gonna show a few clips of it, and then we'll get in the car and probably head to Five Guys. Yeah, that's all right. That's it. Let's go hit these hamstrings. So let's see what we look like here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see what the back looks like. All right, this side right here. Oh yeah, pretty good. All right, now let's see. Oh yeah. All right, ab and thigh. Oh yeah. Let's do it from this side. The food, but I want to look to see what's there. Kind of like you want to see what you can get, but can't have it. So I just pulled it up today, and it just so happens Five Guys is buy one, get one free bacon cheeseburger. Not the little bacon cheeseburger, the actual bacon cheeseburger. So that's what we're going to go get. They also had, if you spend more than $20, you get a free milkshake. So let me put this a little bit more where I'm centered. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, so you notice how, oh, something I didn't record, and I'm going to put in the video at the beginning that you've already probably seen, is that I start every workout off with 200 hanging leg raises. And I know that seems like a lot, but I really got to build these abs, and I know they say abs are built in the kitchen, and that's cool that people do say that. They're revealed in the kitchen. Abs are revealed in the kitchen. Abs are built in the gym. Like, your abs are muscles. That'd be like saying, well, your biceps are built in the kitchen. Your chest is built in the kitchen. It's revealed in the kitchen. But your abs are muscles too, and they're not going to pop. They're not going to pop, and they're not going to be carved looking like a Greek statue unless you work them and build them. So they're built in the gym. I do 200 hanging leg raises every day as a warm-up, and I also do 4 sets of calves, either on the leg press machine or I do it on sitting calf raises. I do it on I go back and forth. So that's what I do as a warm-up. I didn't record that just because it's pretty boring. And it's really hard. Those hanging leg raises turn into hanging knee raises by the 4th set. So I do 4 sets of 50. And did you notice how that lighting was really different? I'm all about the lighting. And that gym, Iron House, if you're ever in Nashville, Tennessee, Iron House is one of the really good gyms. Another really good gym is Carbon Nations. I haven't been there though. It's fairly new. I did go there when Chris Bumstead showed up as their grand opening, and I got to have my picture with him. I was a couple weeks out from a show then. He was about a month or 2 out from the Olympia last year. So that was cool to meet him. But yeah, there's good lighting in Iron House. During the spring and fall months, they have the garage doors open, so you can get a lot of natural light in there. But lighting is everything. I'm pretty all right with my physique right now. Could I be bigger? Sure, we all could be a little bit bigger. The thing that I've noticed about from talking to everybody, because I have a lot of bodybuilder friends, and one of the common things is none of us thinks that we're big enough. And I wonder, is there any bodybuilder that looks at themselves and they think, I'm big enough now? Does that happen? I wonder if Samson or Derek Lunsford or Nick Walker, they look at themselves and they're like, I'm big enough. Like, I think everybody wants to add just a little bit on. Not a lot, not a lot, just a little bit. But I've grown from last year a whole lot a whole lot. I'll add a picture right here of me last year, either in prep or getting on stage. Made a lot of progress from that. So back day done, food, gonna get that. Just ordered some Sam's. I order all my meats from Sam's Club. I feel like stopping at the grocery store is one of the biggest inconveniences of my entire life. So I go to Sam's online and I order it. If you're a Sam's Plus business member, which I am, you can get free delivery at over $50 for food, free delivery food. I tip them though. I tip them about 10%. Yeah, and then I'm probably gonna go home and scroll YouTube a little bit. I gotta get this video put out. Man, the sun is really bright right there, isn't it? I gotta get this video put out, and yeah, to be honest, and two, since you're here, if you are still here, this is my very first video of doing one of these. I started doing this last year, but I never posted it and I never saw it through, and I just feel like documenting yourself and seeing your progress and going back and seeing what your mindset was like, not just what your fitness looks like, not just what your sets looks like, because it is beneficial to go back and watch yourself. If you've ever seen any athlete that's very, very at the top of their field, they watch film of themselves. And so there's a lot of people that will talk about having tripods in the gym, cameras shouldn't be in the gym. Every athlete, Kobe, Michael, Shaq, LeBron James, you know, all of them, they watch film of themselves. Tom Brady, you know, I'm not going to mention anybody on the Kansas City Chiefs, but everybody watches film of themselves. And so I like to go back and I like to watch myself on my sets, and I like to see what kind of intensity did I have, what kind of range of motion did I have. Because what I've noticed when I started recording myself years ago is that I left a little bit in the tank. It felt like in the set, it felt like I gave it everything that I got. But when I rewatched it, I would notice that I had a little bit more left. I could have actually got one or two more. And being able to go back and see that, and then me talking like this right here, I can go back and watch like what my mindset was like on this day and time, during this time in prep or this time in my life. I can go back and see what my mindset is like. So it's cool to document yourself. I think, you know, the document don't create thing is kind of a little bit saturated. I mentioned Gary Vee earlier. He's the one that come up with that. If you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, he is probably one of the reasons that I am single-handedly grateful for a lot of things in life. I mean, there's a lot of things that I've developed gratitude myself, but one of the things that I have in my mind is like that I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I get to record this. I'm lucky that I get to go to the gym. I'm lucky. And I know it's like, oh, like luck is a word that you shouldn't use and blah, blah, blah. I mean, for me to be born it's a 4 trillion and 1 chance of like being born on this earth at this given time. I think that's a pretty lucky thing for that to happen, to be in America, sometimes people say America isn't as great as it actually is, but to be in a time of like this, of freedom, of being able to, you know, post stuff on the internet, to connect with other people, to, you know, do whatever you want and pursue whatever you want, it's a very lucky thing to be in a time and era to do that, because it hasn't been like that years and years, like, you know, 50 years ago. I mean, you worked at a warehouse, or you worked on construction, or you worked on the farm, or you did something like that, and I mean, there wasn't a lot of, you know, discretionary spending to where you could go to the gym and stuff. There was still bodybuilding a little bit back then, but 50 years ago, 1975, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, to be able to do what we do, and go to the gym every day, lucky. Going to rest the rest of the day, and tomorrow we are going to do chest. I'm pretty sure we're going to do chest. I have to check. He just rearranged my schedule. If you don't have a coach, I suggest you get one. Very beneficial. I'm not coaching anybody like full time right now. I will put out some workout programs here soon. Meal plans, it's going to have a link soon to be able to get a meal plan if you want a meal plan, but I will put out workouts soon. If you don't have a coach, get you one. If you're not in a community, get in a community. Comment below on these videos. Start reaching out to people. I'll eventually have a Discord or something like that, but if you've paid attention this long, you are a fucking trooper, and you're a real one. So I'm fixing to pull up here to Five Guys and eat my food. I'm gonna rest, and then we'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna hit chest.